Just breathe. I've had a lot of time to think over this past day of no social media, and I just wanted to give some insight on where I stand and where I am. I feel like we go so much outside of ourselves to look for sources, to look for answers. And when we deep really already know within our heart what is true. And so if you want to make a change in this time, it's not by chanting. If you want to make a change in this time, it's by using your gift, using your compassion, using your skills. And if you have a certain skill that you have, teach it to somebody that you know that may need it. This is a message for those who want to help but can't because they're at home with their children, or that they don't want to get harmed because they want to share their gifts. And so this is why I'm here, is to share that message. And I believe that we are going through a time and stage where we're being so distracted, where we can really utilize this time to work on our gifts so we can contribute them to the bigger cause. Because it's not just about Black lives, it's about us as a human race. This society needs to change. The fact that we're still talking about racism is crazy. There's too many missing links, and the fact that we're still talking about this is sad. But things must happen for change to come about. So that's why there's riots, that's why there's looting, and a lot of it is even set up at the same time. But there's also people who are angry, who are doing it. But the thing is, what's really going to change is us setting a whole new structure of us not depending on the government, us depending on our self-sufficiency, depending on us providing our own food for our people, not just us as a race, but as a whole. So we all can use our gifts. For people who are financially literate, that want to teach and give people information so they can become stable with their finances. People who can cook, who can help garden. We need to build communities, and this is what needs to be spoken, I feel, in public. Because what we're doing now, the protesting is great and all, but we've got to get to another point where it's not just the protesting, where we're actually taking action and we're supporting small businesses and not these big corporations. You know what I mean? And this is something that I feel within my heart. I felt within my heart for a long time. We need to just find a way where we can build a village, and not just like a stick-built village, but I mean a village mindset where we're taking care of each other and we're using each other's gifts, so that way we can all really grow and not have to depend on other people's authority and their authoritative figure. And another thing that I was talking to my cousin about was one thing that we should change is to disarm the police, so that way we don't feel like we're afraid to walk across the street and the cop is looking at us thinking we're gonna get pulled over. And I feel like it's not just a physical thing, it's also a spiritual thing. This is a spiritual war that's going on. We have all these different voices in our head telling us with anger, with rage, and then we also have these other voices of okay, how else can I go about it? And depending on which one we feed, that's what comes out. And anger is okay. There's a time for anger, and it's okay to be angry. And I feel like we just got to learn to channel it in the right direction. So instead of channeling it and just instead of channeling it in a destructive, self-destructive way, you could channel it in a way where you're creating something for the culture, for the new society that's being rebuilt right now, because it's being rebuilt regardless. And so if you want to stay in that old mentality of us versus them, then that's where we're going to keep going. But if we get on the road of oneness, not just equality, but a whole new system to where everyone is eating right, everyone. And that's what I feel is going to help to contribute to this whole shift on the planet, this awakening, this new earth. This is what I've been talking about for a long time, is this new earth is really, it's here. We've got to shift our mindset. And those who don't shift their mindset is going to get stuck in the old mindset, which is the now, which people are starting to wake up to new truths, seeing how there's corruption out there, with lots of different things. There's lists and lists that we can go on with, but this is not what the video is about. The video is just trying to get you to think outside the box. Like, now that we're protesting, that's great. Now what are we going to do to keep this movement going? Like, we need to create like our own Amazon, so we all can not just be feeding these billionaires' pockets. But I know somebody in here is great with computers. They're great with, just entrepreneurs. Just have these thoughts. So what is things that we can do that is gonna better our society without a government? And you guys can comment below and let me know what you think. I mean, I've shared lots of things that I feel, but I'm just one, and we are all one. But what you feel we can contribute to this? Like, we need to go to the senators, we need to talk to people, we need to do things that are really going to move us forward in this movement. So drop a comment below, let me know what you think. I was going to do a meditation, but I'll probably just do it in the morning because I'm getting kind of tired. But blessings to you guys, man. You guys have a wonderful evening. One love.